Welcome back, guys. This is Justin with DustOffTheBible.com. We're going to be doing the second entry in our archaeology series, where archaeology meets the Bible. This entry is going to be on the Middle Babylonian period, approximately 1000 to 625 BCE. 1000 in biblical language is approximately the same time as King Solomon taking the throne. So just for a frame of reference, we're talking roughly King Solomon, Jeroboam, and Rehoboam era for these particular archaeological finds. The first find is a military campaign inscription in a palace over in Egypt from Shoshank. He was an Egyptian pharaoh that waged a war very far east and northeast. This is going to be recorded in Chronicles 12:2-4. Because they had been unfaithful to the Lord, Shoshank, king of Egypt, attacked Jerusalem in the 5th year of King Rehoboam, with 1,200 chariots, 60,000 horsemen, and the innumerable troops of the Libyans, Sukkites, and the Cushites that came with him from Egypt. He captured the fortified cities of Judah and came as far as Jerusalem. Now we can see from the inscription over on the Egyptian palace that there are a number of cities listed, somewhere around 30 different cities. I'm just going to give you some of them along with a map indicate where they were located. Most notably is almost all the northern African territories, Nubia, Upper and Lower Egypt, Libya, the Negev, which is northeastern, and then it goes on to list cities within Judea, Bet Shean, Gibeon or Gibeah, Bet Tapua, Migdal, Megiddo, and a whole bunch of other cities located within the Palestinian region. So we can see the military campaign was pretty far-reaching, even further than what the biblical account gave a tribute to. Our next piece of archaeology comes in the form of a stela. It's known as the Kirk monolith. Now, the Kirk monolith is an annal of Shalmaneser III, an Assyrian king who reigned from 857 to 824 BCE. Now, Shalmaneser had a number of battles against Israel. One notably is Karkar, where he went up against Ahab, the Israelite. And we're going to talk real briefly about this. King Ahab is known as a bad king. He made a pact with others so he can wage war. Chronicles, the 2nd Chronicle 18:8 says, Ahab, king of Israel, said to Jehoshaphat, king of Judah, "Will you go with me against Ramoth Gilead?" And he answered him, "I am as you are, and my people are as your people. We will be with you in war." Unfortunately for the Israelites, the war did not turn out well. We can see that the Battle of Karkar, which was listed by Shalmaneser, was devastating, and he extracted a huge number of troops, chariots from the Israelites. He took 2,000 chariots and 10,000 troops of Ahab, so it was a pretty decisive battle. Our next piece is another war stela. It's the Mesha stela. The Mesha stela is almost in story form. It tells about 30 years worth of history. Now, this is a Moabite monument which tells about the description of a young ruler's father leading up to himself. The biblical account is in 2 Kings 3:4-8. And this talks about Mesha, the king of Moab. It says, "Now Mesha, king of Moab, was a sheep breeder, and he had to deliver to the king of Israel 100,000 lambs and 100,000 rams. But when King Ahab died, the king of Moab rebelled against the king of Israel." The Moabite inscription talks about this. It says, Omri, the king of Israel, oppressed Moab during these days, talking about the days of his father. Then he goes on further to say later on that he is instructed to go to war. And it says, "And Chemosh said to me, Go and take Nebo against Israel. And I went in the night, and I fought against them from the break of dawn until noon, and I took it. And I killed in all 7,000 men. But I did not kill the women and the maidens, for I devoted them to Ashtar Chemosh. And I took from it the vessels of Jehovah and offered them before Chemosh." Now, Chemosh is a god that is depicted being worshipped Moabite king. And the last piece of archaeology data I want to present is about King Jehu, who reigned approximately 841 to 814 BC over Israel. This is found in what is called the Black Obelisk. This is an obelisk that was put together by Shalmaneser III The account on the obelisk can also be found on the Kala Bull inscriptions. What is interesting about this is it has text and it has an image listed. The biblical account basically states it like this in 2 Kings 10:32-33. In those days, the Lord began to reduce the size of Israel. Hazael overpowered the Israelites throughout the territory east of the Jordan and in all of the land of Gilead, from Aroer by the Arnon Gorge through Gilead to Bashan. So this was apparently, according to the author, because Jehu was not careful to keep the laws of the Lord. Now, the Syrian account says it like this: the tribute of Jehu, son of Omri, I received from him: silver, gold, a golden bowl, a golden vase with a pointed bottom, golden tumblers, golden buckets, tin, a staff for a king, and spears. So this is essentially a tribute being paid by the king of Israel, apparently after they had been defeated in battle, which of course is why the scriptural reference says that the Lord reduced the size of Israel. It's basically a clean and clear way of saying that they waged war against Israel, and Israel came out on the lower end of the stick. So that's all for today. Just a couple archaeological finds. I hope you find them interesting. Once again, you can find almost all of these references in the Context of Scripture, which is a 3-volume set you can get on Amazon. You can also get the electronic version, which is what I have through Logos. And don't forget that all of the archaeological finds can be located in article format at dustoffthebible.com.